Honestly, I don't think the presidency has released any statement concerning what is happening in Kaduna, Southern Kaduna, especially. But we all know that women protested sometime last week. They protested, and the way and manner at which they came out, the government of the state is not really happy with what happened, and they are planning to even arrest the old women, those who came out, and because of their dressing and all of that, the way they came out, they have been looking for a way to get them arrested. They are looking for, trying to say because of COVID-19, they didn't observe social distancing and all of that. And people are like, what about the real thing that made these people to come out for protest? Because they've been keeping quiet for so long and nothing happened. Well, but what we are hearing now that the army reveals those behind what is happening in Southern Kaduna. The army has tagged the killings in Southern Kaduna as reprisal killing perpetrated by Kataf youth, Fulani militias, and the criminal elements of both sides. This is according to the commander of Operation Safe Haven, Chukwuemeka Okonkwo, who briefed newsmen on Tuesday following a security meeting at the Kaduna State Government House. The meeting had in attendance the governor of the state, rufai, and representatives of security agencies in the state. Okonkwo also blamed the media for the one-sided narrative in the conflict, which many have labeled ethnic cleansing. He said, were, what we have were attacks on some communities and reprisal attacks. The reports are not balanced. Perhaps most of the media houses don't know both sides are actually involved. You have Kataf youth, Fulani militias, and the criminal elements of both sides. Some people are also leveraging on this security situation to perpetuate their criminal activities aside communities involved in the crisis, Mr. Okonkwo added. He explained that any incident is enough to spark off crisis in that area. There have been lingering disputes and animosities, banditry, and cattle rustling there. You see what they are saying? So, because of it's a reprisal, and when the first, if according to what this Okonkwo is telling us, if some people have already taken laws into their hands and taking other people's lives before the reprisal came up, why didn't you arrest those involved? Why would you wait for people to reprise or for there to be a reprisal before you act? And now they are not still acting, and they are just leaving them like that. If at all we have two people involved or two groups or how many groups involved causing this reprisal, why can't you arrest all of them before now? What has been happening? So is he telling us that what has been happening before now is something that it's been a case of a reprisal before the women came out to protest, that what they've been going through, they could not condone it anymore? Was it a reprisal before reprisal came up? They will just always look for something to justify. Let's assume it is a reprisal. Then why are you not acting? Why are you not arresting? Why are you not putting some people behind bars? Why is it that you are just telling us? So you are telling us, then what happens? How have you been able to curb the situation? Because before a reprisal could occur, it was one set that would have committed the atrocities. Why did you not arrest them? Because if you had arrested in the first place, there wouldn't be any need for reprisal, because before people will try to reprise, meaning that they've waited for a very long time. The government is not doing anything, the security agency is not doing anything, and it has been happening like that in other states. It's been happening like that, and nothing will happen. It's not only in Kaduna, Southern Kaduna. We know that Southern Kaduna is always like, the case is just like every 6 months or 3 months, if I'm not mistaken. Every now and then you just hear, oh, something like that happened in Southern Kaduna. Maybe after 3 months, it will happen again. After like another 3 or 4 months, at most 6 months, it will still happen again. What have you been doing all this while? Because if these people have been taken care of by the law enforcement, I'm sure it wouldn't have been repeating itself. The other day, Garbashew was telling us that, oh, this because we don't even know what they belong to, where what their names are, who are the people who are committing this, whether it's their boko, whether they are bandits, they call them bandits, they call them S-men, they call them kidnappers, they call them all sorts of names. Who are these people? What are they looking for? Why is it that they've not been taken care of? It's unfortunate. A lot of things, something of this nature has been happening in the southern parts of the country. Edo, Delta, especially Kogi. Oh my goodness, you talk of Imo State, you talk of Anambra, you talk of Ebonyi. It's just like it's a free fall. So why is it that they've not been able to do anything? Was it as a result of reprisal too in those states? It was not as a case of reprisal. Then why didn't you ask? And people have been complaining. So to me, the narrative or this explanation this the army is giving is neither here nor there. It's not adding up. In my opinion, it's not adding up at all. Protect your seat, oh, you can't go against your paymaster. Of course, they believe that he's just trying to tell us what the presidency or or his boss has asked him to say. What else is he going to say? The question is that, okay, good and fine, you have said reprisal, then what have you done about it? Just allow people to be wasting away. Politics take away. That is the true, very true, general. You are right. Army is not serious. What is the army's job? Bad workman quarrels with his tools. Truth is like a gun. No matter what, it will still stick to itself. Lies only have limited time. Money talk every now and then. The army should present to the public arrested individuals to justify her claims. God will judge you. All those who are conspire to take innocent blood. APC government is not serious. APC government is a turn on Nigerians' flesh. They derive pleasure in shedding blood. As for me, we no longer have security in this country. Our security have taken side with the government of the day to support insurgency and banditry. Use whatever you have to defend your territory. No matter how you title it failure, you name and your surname, including the entire Nigerian army. Before the Qatar youth attack, how many attacks did the Fulani militias unleashed on the southern Kaduna communities? So the people should continue to lick their wounds while governments and security agencies sit back aloof. That is unfair. These governments are taking sides. That is why the whole thing is still going on. Is that kind of place you are talking about independence on their own, or are they governed? Directive method. If you say the truth, you will die, and if you lie, you will die. For me, I will say the truth and prepare for my death. The foundation of this killing in Kaduna is Rufai and Buhari. Don't call on phone because I will not pick my call. Okay, that is the real truth from the original 7 personnel. May God give you the strength of going uh to do your assignments. I don't know what this person is saying here. What is your duty as a security agency? You have identified the people responsible for the insecurity. What are you supposed to do? Why are you telling us Nigerians should go and do your work? Abi, is that what you are saying? Why were you employed and being paid? Because it's just telling us, because we've not learned or we've not heard that these people have been arrested. We've not heard anything of such. You are telling us that the media is one-sided. You do the right thing, the media will still say, oh yes, you guys have done this because of this, because of that. But I don't know whether any of those people have been arrested. At the laugh will speak, I said, story for the gods. So the change government is helpless about the Boko in Kaduna. If so, what is the essence of the government? This is a question in a normal society, not Nigeria. The problem is, don't want the truth to be said. They just hate present government. That is the lies Rufai fed security agencies yesterday at the meeting. It is government-sponsored genocide against Southern Kaduna. Let them arrest as many that are responsible for this. Because if the arrest has been going on before now, I think it would have curbed this whole thing. It would have curbed it. So guys, let us hear your opinion concerning what the army is telling us. They have told us that it's a reprisal attack, not the way people are taking it. Leave your comment below and let's have your take.